Right, so now we get to find out Ophelia's story, because this is at the end of season 2, isn't it? And she's walking.
Can I get a ride? Please.
I'm needed back home.
I won't be any trouble.
I don't think you'd be comfortable there. There's not many of your kind.
What do you mean, my kind?
Brown people.
Such
There's
a
no
racist,
use for you on the
such
ranch.
a blatant racist.
Enjoy your walk.
Horrible, horrible. Oh my god, that'd be the worst. I have to go and get a drink. Like, just watching this is giving me a dry mouth. Okay, that's better. So he saved her. Jesus. Jesus.
What did you do? What did you do?
Whoa, Madison! Daniel is not going to be happy with her when he finds him.
Give him the antibiotics. Keep him alive.
I was going to say if Nick didn't get sick, bit convenient really, so as much as I want him to be okay, kind of glad that he went down. More realistic.
Nick was your friend.
You shouldn't have joined the autos.
Listen to you. Set a world record for Stockholm Syndrome.
I'm not brainwashed.
Just tell them what Otto did, like, it's not hard.
The autos are...
I don't give a shit. I don't care what you think about Otto or his son. I don't give a damn about the feud or what you think about me.
Do you care whether you live?
Oh, I'm happy to die. Take you with me. Unless you tell me what's killing my son.
Anthrax. Cultivated from animal hides. There's no cure. This woman is more of a man than Jake Otto or any of his relatives. She's free to leave.
You've basically killed her son then?
My fight is not with you, Madison. Leave the ranch. Take your family and go.
Do it, just go.
We fought too hard.
No!
Lost too much. We're not running anymore.
Why not? I don't know what she's thinking right now. You basically just give her an out. My problem's not with you, it's with the Ottos. Take your family and scoot. Go to Luciana and where she's going with her people.
Well, hello, Angel.
Well, you don't know who's going to be on this now. What are you even thinking? You don't even know if there's walkers in the water. Oh, so they did take it. I wonder how they all died.
Morning, sunshine.
It's kind of like old times.
That's true. I bet the fact that he was a drug addict is probably going to help him through this, because his body's used to being put through hell.
No. Recruit the able-bodied.
Madison, I'm talking to my brother. You don't lead this ranch.
Jake.
You don't lead this ranch!
You can't blame him for being pissed right now. I mean, Madison was just doing anything she could to protect her family. But from his point of view, he was close to peace. Whether that was true or not, he believed it, and now it's gone to pot. See, they knock here. It's white.
I cared about them. Cared about Nick.
You volunteered for what you did.
Tell me it was anthrax. Turned me into a killer.
So she didn't know what she was doing.
Him? This is Walker's uncle.
No, that son of a bitch is Walker's father.
When we were fixing up the adobe, I was listening to your bullshit.
I'm glad you realised it was
I just
bullshit.
thought...
I hope Nick puts him down.
You're a guest here, son. Get right
Well,
with
technically
the past.
you're a guest here
Get
because
off
it's
my
their
land.
land.
It's their land.
Land belongs to whoever can hold it.
So I guess we'll see who can hold the land then.
I really like Nick. I think he's such an interesting character.
I'm with you. I am. But there has to be something, some line we don't cross.
Otherwise, we're just like Otto.
Otto's alive. Troy's alive.
Troy's alive because we lied for him.
Yep, now Alicia knows.
What?
He killed the Trimbles.
All your talk about family...
I know it's hard to understand.
It's impossible to understand! You're worse! You're heartless!
Don't say that!
You don't have feelings!
Alicia.
No wonder Dad was so depressed. He was living with a goddamn corpse!
Enough! If I wasn't busy keeping everyone else alive, I would have time for feelings. I'd love that luxury. I'd love to indulge myself, but someone has to be strong. You have no idea what I carry.
That was an interesting scene, wasn't it? Oh, Strand.
I understand this is your father.
Where did your son find this?
Buried under the old adobe.
This isn't my father. This is an old white man's shame.
Doesn't care about the relics. Wants the ranch. We have until sundown tomorrow to clear out.
Just clear out, seriously.
Or die.
Just gonna set it alight. Say goodbye to the Abigail and start anew. Head on a new adventure. Sick shot.
So life was hard for the little girl.
She's the little girl.
It was harder for her mother. As she grew, she got tired. Goddamn exhausted, ice in her mother's face. Stitches. Her mama didn't want to go back to the emergency room. One morning, she ate her cereal. She brushed her teeth for school. She took the gun out of her daddy's dresser. She shot him. Shot him while he slept off the night before. My mama looked at me then, like you're looking at me now. I knew that was something I'd have to carry. I'd do it again.
It explains a lot about Madison now.
I'd live with the look. I'd do it 1,000 times to protect her. To protect you.
She shot her own dad. Imagine hearing that from your mother.
You got a hole up in
She's
here.
gonna shoot him now, isn't she? Shit's gonna go down here now.
There is one way to secure the peace.
He probably wants my scalp, huh?
Pretty much, yeah.
You here to kill me, Madison?
I'm not gonna kill you, Jeremiah, for all the reasons you said. Plus, I think it'd disappoint my kids.
But I want you to kill yourself.
So you're gonna do it. It's your chance, Jeremiah, to make things up to them. Every neglect, every drunken rage, you can save their lives.
To hell with them. One's a feckless crybaby, and the other one's a chip off the old block.
Oh my, how can you talk about your sons like
Now
that?
go on, get out of here. Leave me alone.
No, my kids aren't gonna die because some old prick has too much hate and pride to do the right thing.
Yeah, well said.
Then kill me.
Do it, Madison.
But your kids are here because this old prick had the balls to do what needed doing. Here he is.
Nick's gonna do it.
Still clinging to his
And I
mama's
want
teeth.
Nick to do it.
You know what your mama came here to do tonight? The reason why I like her so much?
The reason she's
He's gonna use
tougher
his
than
own
you'll
gun.
ever be is because she is exactly like...
Oh. Brilliant.
You do exactly as I say.
That'd be the worst thing to say, even though he's a horrible man. The music on the show. Yes. I wonder if they'll believe her story.
Just as long as you stand by me.
His head. So that's episode 7 and 8 now finished, mid-season finale, and I'm really happy with it. I think that a lot of loose ends were tied up, which is great, because I felt like there was so many plots moving along and no resolution of those, so it was nice to tie those up towards the end there. And I still think there's enough of the story to carry over into the second half of the 3rd season, which I'm excited to see how they're going to play that out. We finally know where Ophelia is. Finally, they dragged that out for way too long, and I'm so glad that she's alive. I was kind of getting a bit nervous in case they were going to kill her off in this episode. Sort of like the Sophia and Carol storyline in The Walking Dead, where they searched and searched and searched, and then she came out of the barn after all of that time. So I'm really relieved that that's not the case for Ophelia. It was good to see her interact with the Native Americans and, well, the Indians. You can see that she's definitely got respect in this camp. When they had Jake and he was slicing his head, she just said his name and he pulled back, he stopped what he was going to do. So there's definite respect there, more of an equal playing field than what she had with the Clarks. And yeah, she was just kind of there, and Daniel held all of the power, I guess, when he was around, and she just kind of sulked in his shadow. So it's good to see her step up. The scene between Alicia and Ophelia I thought was really important, and I wanted it straight away as soon as they went their separate ways. When they found each other again, I wanted Alicia to call her out and be like, so what the hell? Like, what were you thinking? You just left. And fair play to Ophelia, she apologised for what she did. I'm hoping now that they can move forward from that. The relationships that we've had from the very beginning need to gain some strength and some traction, because I mean, the Ophelia and Nick scene, because they had some sort of weird flirty vibe thing at the beginning, that's gone now which is funny. I don't know, I just think that because those characters are original characters, they've been around since season 1, I want them to have some sort of bond formed. I feel like there's potential there, but we just haven't really tapped into it that much. They've always sort of been moving on the same lines, but never really joined together. I'm so glad that Nick was the one to take down Otto. I think that he felt like he did the dirty on him, and it had more weight to me that Nick was the one that pulled the trigger rather than Madison, because I think Madison's done enough. She has done enough. She's proved that she's capable. She's always putting her family first, no matter what. And we now know why she's so cold and has the barriers up, because she's had a very difficult childhood, by the sounds of it. That scene was a powerful one. I don't know, it sort of hit home to me. I would have liked to have seen Alicia and Nick have a conversation about that. Whether we get that in future episodes, I don't know. But it'd be nice just to see the siblings talk about that revelation. But at the end they had the shot where they're all together, so clearly they have a tight bond. They will do anything for each other. It's just a very dysfunctional sort of family, and like Alicia said in the past episode, they were dysfunctional before the apocalypse, so the apocalypse happening is just sort of another task, another obstacle for them to overcome and crack on with. But they've been through a lot, so these sort of scenarios is just another one to add to the list, basically. Otto trying to get into Nick's head, and to some extent he kind of got in there a little bit when it comes to Luciana and her leaving and Nick staying. Nick pulling the trigger was just kind of like, you deserve this. You got in my head, I allowed that to happen, and I'm not impressed with your actions and the way you go about things, so I'm putting an end to that, and I'm trying to put right what was wrong with the world. Very interested to see how the end of season 3 will go, because they've given the head, they've done what was needed to end the potential war. Troy and Jake, how they're going to deal with this now is a different matter. Troy was really upset and things, and whether they believed Madison's story that Otto took his own life, I don't know. But Troy's he's a sociopath. His mind seems to work in a different way, and I think that is why Madison took a shine to Troy, because she's been there. She had an alcoholic father. She saw her father beating her mother, which is exactly what Troy was put through. So that's why that weird sort of connection was there. It all makes sense now. I'm sure there's so much I could probably talk about right now, but I don't know, I can't seem to get my ideas fully across. So I'm going to leave it there for now. As always, please let me know what your thoughts are about the episode and predictions moving forward. If you liked this video, give it a cheeky thumbs up and subscribe, you know, if you want to. There's no pressure here, and I will hopefully see you again next week for another video. Game of Thrones is it 7 days? It is in 7 days. Exciting times. Okay, bye guys.